Malaba, a vibrant town surrounded by busy trading centers booming with business, has over the years attracted an alarming number of street children from across Kenya and surrounding communities. Financial, social and economic hardships have been attributed as the major factors pushing children onto the streets. Andrew Mugisha Orono, the Malaba Town Council LC3 chairperson, confirms that a number of children are from neighboring Kenya. Mugisha believes that this new trend is a deliberate move by parents to send their children to the streets in Malaba.
The children on the street is one of the major challenges of our town. The number is alarming and is increasing every other day. Being a border town, almost half of the children on the street are from across Kenya. Some of them are deliberately sent by their parents. They come on the street and get back to their homes in the evening.
As the numbers continue to grow, authorities have reported an increase in petty and major crimes, including drug abuse, house break-ins, theft, pickpocketing, burglary, among others. The fear of a rise in HIV cases has also been pointed out as a major threat to the community as children engage in immoral behavior.
They find themselves with other desperate young girls because of the economic situation. And at the end of the day, HIV and AIDS is on the increase.
A number of operations have been conducted. However, many have not been fully successful as parents continue to hide and shield their children across the border. Mugisha proposes meetings between Uganda and its Kenyan counterparts to find a long-lasting solution to the crisis. He says skilling centers would help tame a number of children.
We need to put a plan with our counterparts on the Kenyan side so that we reintegrate these children to their families. Actually, they normally challenge us. If you have another plan for us, we can push on with life. Maybe skilling for us, a skilling program. Get us a center where you can skill us, empower us with the startup kits, then we can get out of the streets.
Richard Oboth, the Assistant Labour Officer, Malaba Town Council, says economic hardships, peer pressure and poor parenting have led to the increase in the number of children on the street.
Here at the border, some of them they come from Kenya. They travel all the way from Mumias, they use those trucks up to here, others they just food. Others will come from Mbale, others within here. After them getting some little money, they go to these prostitutes. After there are many prostitutes here, who are even 14 years, 15, 16, 17, like that. Those guys there, they also look for money.
The street children in Malaba border survive on offloading produce off trucks on market days and begging along the streets. However, some children rob and steal from the market, which has disrupted security in the area. Leaders have warned of what would befall the economy and cities if street children are not tamed.
These are people who are raised with rejection, knowing that nobody loved us. Nobody cares for us. We are sleeping in the cold. We have no food. Nobody cares for us. So what do you think they will give up? And instead you see them fighting. You see them, they're the ones walking at night. When they get you, they will not have compassion because nobody had compassion while they were sleeping in the cold.
Explaining their plight, it was vivid that most of the children come from families with a wide range of challenges, including poverty, domestic violence, child abuse and addiction. Others attracted by excitement, adventure and money.
It's always so cold in the night. I don't have a blanket. I sleep in a sack. We want to work, but there are no jobs. We survive on loading and offloading goods from trucks in order to earn a living. I have been on these streets for over 30 years. I decided to take care of these children because I was once like them and I know what they go through. The children lack proper treatment and this is a big challenge most times. They can't access proper medical care and so many have died on the streets.
I am from Kenya, but some of my relatives stay in Nairobi. I was beaten and chased away from home. That's why I decided to come to the streets. I had nowhere to go. I don't know who my mother is. I didn't grow up with her. That's why I came to the border border point to stay with my relative. However, I had some challenges at home and I decided to hustle on my own. That's how I ended up here.
However, some children deny being criminals and allege that they are sometimes brutally handled by security operatives. Some children have shown interest to resume school if given the opportunity.
Government should construct schools so that most of these young children can go back to school. These mature ones can at least fend for themselves.
Some of these children want to study, but they have no school fees. Why don't authorities at least support the children to go back to school? I want to go back to school, but I have no school fees. I want to study from Victory. At home, they were too controlling, but here on the street, we make our own rules. Some of the children are Ugandans and others are Kenyans.
Kasim Namgali, the mayor of Mbale City, has attributed the increase in the number of street children to poor parenting. He says security has been threatened in the district.
Another area where we're exploring is look and specifically go and get the parents of these kids and find out whether they are the ones who are positioning them there or they have created situations in their homes that kids cannot actually survive there.
He says Mbale's Remand Home is currently overwhelmed with high numbers of children and poor funding from the government has stalled the plans implemented by the authorities.
About Remand Home, which is supposed to actually be an area where we put juveniles that have committed serious offenses, has now been overwhelmed. And remember, this is a regional place. The support even to that area is also not that good.
Authorities have found that Mbale City tops the lists with the highest number of street children. The street children are casualties of economic growth, war, poverty, loss of traditional values, domestic violence, physical and mental abuses.